the first chapter of the second book of Samuel. When David learns the death of Saul and Jonathan, he proclaims, "They were swifter than eagles, they were stronger than lions." And 2 chapters later, when David learns the death of Avner, he declares to his soldiers and to all of Israel, "Know well that a prince and a great man of Israel has died this day." Rabbi Gunther Plaut, father and husband, son and grandfather, brother, uncle and cousin, eminent man of letters, the rabbi of the word and of the deed, was swift like the eagle, strong like the lion. He was a prince and a great man of Israel, and now he has died. The eagle soars above all, the lion mighty on the land. One is master of the skies, the other will never yield the ground. Each is esteemed by the Bible, one bearing the next generation on its wings, the other a symbol of pride and courage. Moreno Rabbi Gunther Plaut was our teacher, our rabbi. He soared above us, casting light on our history as Jews, and he stood with us on the ground, reminding us of our responsibilities born of that history. Eagle and lion, Rabbi Plaut embodied grace and power, the privileges and sorrows of our history, the obligations incumbent on the fortunate. Holy Blossom Temple felt that he was ours, and rightly so, but we also knew that he wasn't ours alone. From the first, Gunther Plaut was a man of the world and would always be so. A Middle European driven by the storms and gathering storms of extremism into the arms of America, he became a patriot twice whole, first in love with America and then enamored of Canada. He knew how to adapt to the new and to embrace the many. The rabbi to his congregation, first in Chicago, then in St. Paul, and then in Toronto. Rabbi Gunther Plaut was a man of the larger community. As activist, animator, spokesman, leader, many claimed him as friend and his moving spirit. No wonder the lamentations of grief in quarters near and far these past few days. Moreno Rabbi Gunther Plaut was foremost our teacher of Torah. In his hands, the Bible opened itself up to those who had put it down. His elucidations and essays, bringing a complex and ancient text alive with meaning. He loved, Rabbi Plaut did, to teach and preach, and he did so as few have or will, with verve and wit, with substance and style. He held us, his congregation, his rabbinic colleagues, the larger community, in his intellectual hands. For this was a most serious man, a man whose inner world was sustained and driven by learning, a rabbi who brought the ideas and intellectual verve of his rabbinic forebears to the congregation and beyond. He was a teacher par excellence, and most often a preacher without parallel. There is in the tradition the notion of a Rabbi, one's distinct rabbi, one's primary teacher. Such a teacher, his presence, his mind, his spirit, shines forth a clear light, illuminating the way to go, the path one should walk, even how one should think. For many, Rabbi Gunther Plaut was such a Rabbi. He taught out of his biography and out of the story of the Jews. Most of all, he taught out of the book, the Torah, which he made his and ours. He taught us as the senior rabbi of this congregation and as our senior scholar. He taught out of his writings and his activism. He taught from the bima, the classroom, the lecture hall, the rally platform. Always the spirit of this Rabbi shone through, bright light and intelligence, experience of Torah. preached responsibilities to one's own and no less to others. He lived what he spoke. For Gunther Plaut, the word was the deed. He knew the texts of the Jews, and he knew the Jews. He had faith, but understood those without. He was a liberal Jew at home with traditions, a European who made North America his home, a Jew in dialogue with the Christian, the Muslim, the Sikh, the Hindu, and more. He wrote many books and played many sports, because Gunther Plaut reached across many divides, and he did so out of his theology. He wrote, "I believe I was created as a Jew to be God's tool. I believe that my purpose on earth is to serve not only my people, but to serve humanity, and to do so as a Jew. Others," he said, "may see only themselves and their goals, private and national. We Jews see our goals as more than private goals." This public man served the Jews and humanity out of his personal story and that of his people's. He did so with distinction and passion. His achievements, his bridging of divides, brought pride to the congregation and to our people and to the larger community, and very much so started with his family. For Gunther Plaut also belonged, as we know so well from Rabbi Jonathan Plaut, moving and eloquent words. He belonged, first of all, to Jonas and Selma Muti Plaut, to his late brother Walter and his family, Joshua and Carmi here today, to his larger family, Michael and Sue Steinberger here as well, and most of all, of course, as we well know, to Elizabeth, who made Gunther rather than the word and the deed, his warm and intelligent and classy anchor she was. And of course, to Judith and Jonathan and Carol, who cared for and protected both their parents with unending loyalty, and they were and are exceptional models of loving and loyal children. And of course, to Daniel and Amy, Deborah and David, Stephen and Jeffrey. The rabbis of old, Rabbi Plaut's teachers and ours, took note of these words in that love poem, the Song of Songs. The lips of those that are asleep, they move gently, which they, the rabbis, took to mean his lips move from a place of his eternal rest and speak to us through the book. The eagle has landed, the lion has laid down, but Moreno Harab Gunther Plaut will long speak to us through the book, the Torah of his life, the Torah of his teaching. Family and friends, congregation and community, a prince, a great man of Israel has now died. We are sad and we are impoverished, yet we are grateful and we are buoyant, as we now say goodbye and God bless to Moreno Harav W. Gunther Plaut. Adonai Natan, Adonai Lakaf. God had once given, and now God has taken away. Yishem Adonai Harav. Nonetheless, we say, and we do so especially because of this exceptional life. Blessed is the name